Okay, hello everybody. Can you hear me? Is anybody watching? Anybody? Yeah, dim that down just a little bit. This is my first attempt at a live stream. Actually, it's the third because I had two others that were test attempts this morning just to see if this would work. And basically, I am trying something new. I am looking at ways to expand the channel a little bit, to try some things that could be better for future videos. And I'm doing this with just my hands because I want to be able to see what you see when I show it. And I got my laptop right here so I can see what's going on and everything. I might have to do a little change up in the format here, but anyway, here we go. The other day, Wilhelm at Wilhelm Toy and Hobby channel had a interesting. Okay, welcome, Gojatron. Good to see you there. Wilhelm had a guest, Christopher George. I follow him on Instagram, and he does cardboard models and stuff. And he showed a picture of all scratch built models of vehicles and everything that try to be nice real world stuff, good vehicles and everything for military, G.I. Joe. And he's had a picture of his equipment that he uses, his tools that he uses to make his stuff. So I thought I would show the tools that I use. I thought that'd be kind of a neat little thing to put up here. So here's my little tool bin. Every model I make, this is it. This is all I use right here. I have a 1/4-inch hole punch. You can get this from Walmart. These scissors are just tiny little scissors. I got these at Walmart too. An X-Acto knife that's shaped differently. It's because it doesn't roll. I've had so many of these things roll off the desk, those nice little round holders, and they hurt when they hit certain parts of your body on the way down. So I try not to have them where they'll roll. I wanted to make it as few parts few tools as possible, and no glue and stuff in the paper models that I design, because what I'm trying to do, this is a model that a kit that you can actually download off of one of my videos. I made this with just these tools here. That's it. I do have some special tools like this pair of tweezers. This is for reaching up in stuff and attaching the tabs and things. I got these from Hobby Lobby, if I remember right. And this is a scoring tool that you can use to make folds and things as you create the models. And this is just a little piece of wood, little wood dowel that I use to roll tight little cylinders and things. And I use this to cut a straight line when I'm using the X-Acto knife. So what do I do with all this? Well, coming up on my channel, you will be able to download this. See if I can get it to where you can see it a little bit better. This is a model. It looks a little better, I think. This is a model of a little spaceship I'm trying to design. I've been working on it for ages. I've got like 40 different prototypes of this thing, and it's designed to where you can actually put a figure in it. I've got a little Final action figure here. Open up the cockpit, put him in there, and he can fly this model, fly this little vehicle. This is a remake of a toy that I made when I was a kid. I had no X-Wing fighters and no TIE fighters, so I made my own ships. I had the figures, and I also had the Millennium Falcon, but I didn't have Luke's X-Wing or a TIE fighter. I made this, something similar to this, out of poster paper, and I actually painted it and made it to where I could fly it around, and it was my Imperial attack craft that the Empire would use against the Falcon every now and then. Well, I wanted to remake the thing and make it where people could build it themselves online. So, just like this, which is a part of a command center that I've got on my channel, you're able to download it and build it and put figures in the thing so they can work on it and operate it and do all sorts of stuff. That's what I try to do. I got my start at doing this type of stuff. This is coming up on my channel, hopefully before in the next few weeks, but I've got some kinks to work out of the design. Things didn't go together exactly as I had hoped. Yeah, the back's not holding on just right. There's a problem. I'll get there eventually. When I was a kid, I got stuff like this. These little punch-out books, and it's in reverse. Okay, well, anyway, got to flip the channel. We'll flip that one day. This is a little punch-out book that I got years ago as a kid that I used to make, that I would punch out the stuff and make the little vehicles and play sets that were inside. Like you could, with this book, you can make this model. And that's what I enjoyed as a kid doing. And with both of my parents being teachers in Louisiana, middle of nowhere, Louisiana, by the way. My mother was a kindergarten teacher. My father was a math professor. So I had lots of construction paper and stuff like that all over the place, cardboard, little things of fun to play with. And I also had tools like rulers and protractors and stuff, my father being a math professor at a college. I would build my own toys, build them, make them, and play with them, and do all sorts of stuff. It was a fun little time, you know, just something to enjoy building and having all the fun things. I did get some toys as a kid. Like I said, I had the Millennium Falcon, the Kenner toy made back in the 70s. It was a cool little toy, but I didn't have a lot of other things to go with it. But I had the tools and stuff to make my own things. Like I had cardboard boxes all over the place, and I would make my own play sets for my Star Wars figures, and I would, like, I remember when I got the Millennium Falcon, I got the same time as I got the twin pod cloud car and two Cloud City play sets, those cardboard or cardstock little play sets that Sears had as a special, as an exclusive. I got those, and I built my own Bespin world. I put cardboard boxes together and stood them all out in different places and made my own stuff. I even put board games in the middle of it. There was a Micronauts board game, I remember, that had some command center that would be built up, and I put that in it. I also had a basketball game. Yes, my Bespin world had a basketball court. It was just totally everything there. But anyway, it was a fun little time. Then one day I discovered Doctor Who. And though I had Star Wars figures, this became my Dalek, I had 3 of these, so that's about the same number of Daleks that they had in the actual show per time. So FX7 became a Dalek, and I made my own doctor, and I reacquired all these things to make him back. That's the Jedi Luke head, Hoth Luke body, 4-Lom's coat, and this was a recent addition. I got the hat from one of the Indiana Jones figures that was made a while back, and this was my favorite doctor. And I would make my own little TARDIS. I had a console room, and I'd travel throughout the universe as Doctor Who. I quit playing Star Wars when Doctor Who came out. I just loved that show so much, and still enjoy it to a point. But it was a fun little time as a kid. It was a fun little time as a kid just to be able to make toys and everything. But this is the real reason why I wanted to do this stream. Is I've been doing. Oh yeah, Gojatron says he's seen that Star Wars. He's had that Star Wars Punch-Out book. I've got a whole bunch of different Punch-Out books, like the Star Trek. Got the Dukes of Hazzard Punch-Out book. This is a recent acquisition. Acquired this one not too long ago. This will be a video coming out shortly, I hope. Punch-Out books are an acquired taste, really. They are a lot of work for what you do, and they can be difficult to get now because it takes a lot of work to build them. What I do with the Punch-Out books is I have a scanner over here. I set the book on the scanner and scan the stuff in and print it out. Yeah, I've got a large format printer. I then cut these out and make them. This is from the Star Trek video that I did a while back. It's a hobby. It's a fun little thing to do when you want to try to do things. And I want to try to preserve these works of art. This is a lot of engineering, a lot of work went into them just to build a toy that may last for just a few seconds. You know, I mean, a kid may get out there and play with it and end up tearing it up before he even gets it home or gets it out the door. So, but it's still a fun little hobby and thing to do. A while back, I started doing assembly videos, and one of the recent one I did was for Groot, little baby Groot. Now, this is not made out of cardboard. This is made out of plastic material, and it's still flat, and you still have to punch it out and make it. But it was one of my latest videos that I put out. It works nicely, but sometimes you run into problems, like with this guy. This is a Mega Robot kit, foam board kit that I got from Five Below a while back, and I decided I was going to do a video assembling this thing. Now, I assemble these directly from the kit. I don't do a scan and print them out because this material will not work doing the scanning and printing out and rebuilding as well as just regular cardstock of some of the Punch-Out books. Right in the middle of building this thing, I discovered there were parts missing. These little plastic tabs weren't there. And so there was only like half of them that were needed, that were available to make the thing. So I had to rob another one of these kits to be able to build this one. So many of my videos, I try to make sure that everything is there beforehand. And other things happen too. I'm glad Gojatron's here. He sent me some of these kits a while back, and I went and bought some more just so I could have extras of them. And when I was putting them together, the foam board actually started separating off from the picture. It was kind of a weird little problem. I hadn't had that happen before, but these were available at Dollar Tree a while back. So those are some problems that can happen with some of these materials. But why am I looking at doing, oh, hi Grindhead, welcome to the stream. I'm doing this real quick just to see if this will work for doing something in the future. And you're about to see what it is, because I was about to pull it out here. When I went to Joe Fest this past summer, it was the first time ever going to anything like that. To traveling across country to a convention, met a bunch of guys online that I'd met online there, like Wilhelm and Chad and Michael French and all them. One of the things I bought was this. This is a knockoff Voltron Castle of Lions playset. I had seen these things on eBay a while back, and I was like, wow, I need to get one of those. But they were selling them for $20, and I was like, I'm not sure about that. So I thought I would wait until I really felt like I wanted to get it. But when we went to Joe Fest, some guy had it sitting there for $5. And I was like, I can't pass this up. I've got to get it. So I bought it. He could not tell me if all the parts were there. So I do not know if this thing is complete or not, but for $5, I was like, man, might as well try it. And if there's a part missing, I might be able to remake it. But there was another problem. This is the only set of instructions it's got, one sheet. And what's interesting is it's not showing all the parts that go into this kit. Hey, Bill, let's see, Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures just joined. Welcome to the stream. This is just me rambling on for a little bit here. But this kit, I don't even know if it's complete. And the parts are just, they're not labeled, not numbered or anything. So I'm essentially going to have to build this thing. Like, these are the floors. I know this is a floor. I know this is one of the computer panels. It even has the guy standing there. Oh, going back to work. Oh, well. Welcome to the stream, Bill. You take care. Oh, and my wife joined. She's at work right now. So welcome to the stream, Andy. So, but this is all I've got, and I've got to figure out how to assemble it. So I went online, I did a bunch of research trying to see if these things were still available on eBay. They weren't. I couldn't find any of them. They may be back together or back on there, but I haven't looked recently. And so I decided I would do this. Instead of building this thing and showing it off, what I thought I would do one day is a live stream, literally, where we sit down and I look at the chat and say, hey, can you guys help me put this together? Where do you think this should go? And we'll see what happens. I mean, here's a flat piece right here, and it's got, I guess that's the king's coffin on it from the Voltron series, the Voltron cartoon. And I guess it's a floor piece. I'm not sure. One thing that's really kind of irritating about this thing, it's not gray. This thing is actually pink. I don't know if you can see the color of it. It is not gray. It is pink. The picture here is gray, but the model itself is all pink. So this castle is pink. And here's a piece. I don't even know what this is. It looks like it's a door that's been punched out, but I'm not sure yet. So what I'd like for you guys to do is comment or say, hey, maybe we could put it together as a live stream and just see how long it takes. every place I have looked online has no reference to this thing other than what I remember on eBay. What's interesting, I don't know if you're able to read this, it is backwards. Uh, this says, instead of Castle of Lions, it says Castle of Heroes. So the Castle of Heroes is pink. And oh, there's I guess this is the whole part here. That's all going to fold together to make the castle. So we'll give it a shot. I see Grindhead said thinks it'll be a really fun exercise. We're going to try it one day. I don't think we're going to try it today, though, because I want to see just, this is my test stream to see if this is even, if doing a live stream even works with all the technology. Oh, it's backwards to us, to me, but not to you. Okay, so you can read it. Okay, great. That shows you my extent of understanding how all this technology works. I do 3D computer models and stuff for architectural tools, architecture and stuff. I use that knowledge to build my own little toys and things. You can, like I said earlier, you can download this model on one of my channels right now, working doors and everything. And coming soon will be this. Once I get some of the kinks worked out of it. Yeah, Jim, I'm definitely going to be contacting you to figure out what to do with all this stuff. I've got the camera set up. I've got everything going. I just want to be sure that everything works right. I do 3D computer models and all this kind of stuff, but wow, this is just like totally different for me. My wife and daughters understand Facebook and all those things. Me, I have no idea what's going on with it. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but all the social media stuff, I have problems with it. So I'm still learning. That's why I wanted to do this live stream now, to give it a test to see if it'll work, and to put out there, hey, would you guys like to try to put together a Castle of Lions or Castle of Heroes while basically watching me do it as we try to figure out how stuff goes together. But eventually, like I said, this is going to be up online. I do have another review video coming out soon. Has something to do with this. And another book that I have for Star Wars that will be coming out pretty soon. But other than that, that's basically all I wanted to talk about and things. Yeah, see, like this vehicle here, I can put the little Final Faction 3 3/4 inch figure in it, and he can fly it around now. So eventually, building this thing up would be a neat little thing I think people could enjoy doing. I don't just do play sets. I try to do vehicles and stuff as well. I'm hoping to get more out there. Okay, great, Grindhead. We'll try to do that. That sounds good. I might try to do some other streams as things go along. As they come along, the assembly videos, like Groot here, took about 15 minutes to build because he was pretty straightforward. This guy, he took a little longer. He was a little over almost 2 hours to build due to the complexity. The instructions were not too great, but I'm not sure how long it's going to take to build the glorious Castle of Heroes. We'll figure that out as time goes on, I guess. But one day we will get these things going, and get it all there. So as I said, I try my best to make my models for people to be able to download, to where it will take minimum amount of tools to be able to make it. You'll be able to print it out on any printer. I don't know if you can see that just yet, but nope, can't see it. But anyway, afraid of that. This is a little device. It's a scoring tool that I use, so I'll drag it across the paper so that I can show you a demonstration here. Just you can do a straight line. And then you can fold it right on that line and make your part. Now, if you're thinking, well, I don't know where to get a scoring tool like that, you can also use just a regular dried out Bic pen. That's another thing. That's what I used to use when I was a kid. You can drag it across. It's dried out. It didn't write anything. And now you can fold it right on that line. And so it makes a nice little device. Now, yeah, 2D printers, you've heard of those, haven't you? Great. Yeah, it works. But I'm hoping one day to be able to put other little things and paper models online as well. This thing is totally made out of paper, guys, right here. And this will be available one day once I get certain copyright things cleared and stuff like that. I don't want to go to a toy store or go to a bookstore or go online one day and see my design sitting there on the shelf, and I have no way to say, wait a minute, that's mine. So I have a few legal things I got to work through before I can put these things up. But I want to put them up totally free. They will not be, you won't be charged for them or anything. Because when I was, as I said, when I was growing up as a kid, both my parents were teachers in Louisiana. We didn't have a lot of money. So I ended up making my toys, doing my own thing that way. And that's where I am now. So I'd like for other kids who may not have access to all sorts of toys and be able to buy everything to be able to make something every now and then, to make a vehicle or a play set and go with other things and enjoy themselves. So, but that's basically all I wanted to do today. So I'm pretty much through with this live stream. If there's any questions or anything anybody has, I see there's 5 people watching. That's good. It's more than I expected. So any questions, anybody? I'll put up the Castle of Heroes. Hopefully it won't lose any pieces. I see one piece stayed in the bag when I pulled it out. So, but that's what we have here. Just a simple little. When do I want to do the castle live stream? I'm not really sure yet. I've got really 2 videos I want to put out pretty quick. I haven't been able to do a lot of videos lately. My last video was a couple of months ago, and that was that Groot assembly video because I get home and I've had no time to do it. Every weekend has been some disaster or some problem with owning your own home and car trouble and everything. And so I have been trying to put out 2 videos, but I haven't had a lot of time to be able to put them up and work on them. I work about, normally it would take me half an hour to get to work. I work in Arlington, Texas. It would take me about half an hour to get there. But the Department of Transportation has decided to redo the interstates and redo the roads and everything. It's now taking me over an hour to get home in the evening, and about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour to get to work in the morning. So instead of it being just, 8 hours or 9 hours being away from the house, I am now, most of the day I am away. I get home, I'm exhausted, and just no time. So I'm hoping to do the live stream on a Saturday. I don't want to do it on a Saturday when there's a bunch of other people posting and doing their big streams and everything. I know I know that there's some other bigger channels out there that will definitely have people interested in their stuff, in their stuff. So, and I don't want to try to, I watch those channels too, so I'd probably be more interested in watching them than watching me. But yeah, one day we'll get to do some stuff, and I'm hoping maybe in sometime in January to do that live stream. But I got these other two videos that I want to get out pretty quick. One of them is that video for the Star Wars Punch-Out book, and the other one is this model of this starfighter I'm trying to put out. Once I get it put out, then I'll be able to get ready to do another video. But anyway, Gojatron saying the whole state of Rhode Island is under construction. Yeah. When I started working, this job I just took, working for a university there in the Metroplex, it used to take, when I started there, it used to, excuse me, it would take half an hour to get to work in the morning. I'd leave home, get there in half an hour, I was fine. Now, since they've ripped up everything, I'm looking at, like I said, an hour to get to work in the morning, sometimes longer. And then somebody will wreck their car, and then everybody has trouble. I ended up taking back roads and side roads and going through neighborhoods. And that takes actually the same amount of time as it would to take the interstate right now. It still takes an hour, but I'm not stuck sitting on the interstate doing nothing. And every now and then there's a convenience store I can stop at to get a drink or get a Diet Coke or something. Yeah, there's my big push of Diet Coke for the day. And my Maisie, I think, is my daughter, oldest daughter. She's the one that helped me do the setup here and trying to get this video. She does live stream stuff too. I have no idea where. She does all sorts of stuff online, a lot of stuff with gaming and everything. And she does very well with it. I'm really impressed. She's got her fancy computer. Her computer is more powerful than any computer I've ever had. So, so it is. It's super powerful. We just got it fixed. One of the hard drives failed. I didn't know it had 2 hard drives even, because when I bought it, I was like, bought it for her. I was like, whatever. And it had 2 hard drives, an HDD and an SSD, and the spinny hard drive, as I like to call them, failed. And so it now has 2 solid state drives, and it's doing great. So I'm hoping it does great. And that's the fun of it all with that. And I think Kayla M is one of, and the other person there is just joined, are friends of my daughter. So hello. And they do stuff online, and I have no idea what they do. I hear her giggling and laughing all during the night, and I'm like, can't she just go to bed? But anyway, I'm old now. 52 years old, and she's young and can get out and play and do stuff. So, yeah. Oh, okay, Kayla, you're the one who got her that box full of snacks for her birthday. Oh, that was really cool. She liked that. But week's going fine. I've been taking this week off and from work, and I've got next week off. And so I've got basically 2 weeks of happiness to relax and enjoy myself. So we'll do what we can with it. But I'm hoping that, oh, my wife just commented, oh, I didn't know you were 46. You're just a few years younger than I am. Grindhead, wow. Yeah, I was born in 1971. I remember when Star Wars came out. I had a lunchbox. My mother, the kindergarten teacher, didn't want to buy me Star Wars stuff because it had the word war in the title. She didn't like it. She thought it shouldn't be good for a toy. But oh well, I ended up getting them anyway. But as I said, I don't have many tools because yeah, my beard has gotten a lot of gray in it now, grindhead, because I've got 2 daughters. They have definitely aged me a little bit. But as I said, I try to do stuff with all the things. The Amsco Marvel World. Good to see you here, Gojatron. You get back to work and you have fun over there. Don't party too much is what I always say. That Amesco Marvel World, wow, Amsco. I keep saying it wrong. I don't know. I need to pronounce it. I always called it Amesco for some reason. There's no E in the middle of it. That is one of those holy grails that I think only a few people on the planet can purchase now. It is really expensive, thousands of dollars. I mean, just one piece of it could be $70 now. You know, just one of the figures out of it. Amsco made Space 1999 and Walton's playset. For some reason, you get the Walton's playset, which is just the Walton's house from that old TV show, really cheap. The other two, forget it. You're not getting those cheap. Must be something fancy about the Walton's playset that made it really cheap. But anyway, that's and I'll try to. Yeah, that's the thing with Grindhead. I agree that there's not too many. There are some websites that have paper models and stuff, but a lot of these sites are dedicated to people's own custom projects. They're cut out their like there's papermodelers.com. There was a website called papertoys.com. They had glue together models and stuff. Kind of neat, kind of a fun little thing. There are some paper models or paper modelers that build some really intricate, detailed stuff. If you ever get a chance, look up paper models, Canon, Canon, the company Canon, motorcycles. You have to make the entire exhaust piping and the frame for the motorcycle. I want to be able to play with my toys. I want to be able to take this thing and fly it around and do all sorts of stuff. If I spend too long making it, it becomes a model that just gets set on the shelf, and you don't want to mess it up. So I really hope that my channel is able to document a lot of these punch-out books and things so that people will be able to enjoy them. I mean, this is one that I got not too long ago from Japan that I would love to be able to put together. And then, of course, I've got the Godzilla version of it too. Kind of strange looking models, but hey, they're fun. I'm hoping to be able to build these soon. One of the problems I have is the instructions are in Japanese, so that's going to be tough. But these are snap together models. These are little snap together, just tab inserts. I figured, Grindhead, you'd get excited about it. But this model is a glue together model. When finished, he is about 2 feet tall. And I actually, where I used to work, I had, there were some friends I knew that were from Japan. And I took it to the lady that was there, who was the mother of a bunch of kids. And I asked her, can you show me what these instructions mean? And she showed me. And so I think I'll be able to get along and assemble it, and make it. Yes, this is the Godzilla from the 90s, the one with Mickey Sagusa and all of those characters. You've got Godzilla. You've got King Ghidorah, or as Kingu Ghidorah, or Masura, or as we call her, Mothra. And I'm sorry, I've always called Mothra a female. I don't know if that's actually the case or not. I've seen one of the movies, the gender switches, so hey, it works. Anyway, but those type of things were just kind of fun to. She's definitely female most often. Great, I got that right. But yeah, it's a fun little. These are books I want to try to build. But as I said, I'm not really used to using glue. These are glue together models, and so I'm going to have to work with it delicately and make sure it works fine before I try to put them together. And that's what the lady told me the instructions meant. Basically, the instructions said was before you glue them together, you got to test to make sure the fit works and make sure everything goes together nicely, and then put your glue on, put them together and hold it there. You may need to use pins to hold them in place. And so one day I will put these up, but these are going to take a long time to build. These are pretty straightforward. I think I can get these done in just a couple of weeks to make sure they are made. And I do not want to destroy the book. That would work. That would work pretty well. And my daughter just said maybe some craft glue I use. I have used glue before, and I guess it's me. I get the glue all over me. I get more on me than I do actually the model itself. I actually, one time I had joined one of those plastic model of the month clubs that send you cars and helicopters, little plastic things that Revell, I think it was Monogram. I can't remember the name of the company that did it. And I put them together, and this first few were snapped together, and the rest of them came in as glue together. I learned pretty quick I hated glue. I used to use stick glue. In fact, one of my first set of models, Grindhead Jim said they're thinking stick glue. I used to use stick glue for it. And I found that, yes, it'll hold, but it doesn't hold for long. It'll actually, when you're starting to play with the thing and move it around, the glue joints actually break with stick glue. The way glue works is the wetness of it seeps into the material slightly, and it creates that bond as it dries. Well, stick glue is almost dry as it is, so it really has a hard time staying stuck on there forever. In fact, my wife made a what was it? So I can't remember if it was my wife or someone made a bulletin board for a kid and for her where she works. And over time, we were able to pull the paper glue stuff off because it just fell apart. Yeah, perhaps there's a different kind of liquid glue paintbrush to apply. Yeah, I've done that, but I didn't use the paintbrush. Can't remember what I used. I think I just used a cut off piece of the paper and just kind of did that with it to spread it. And the thing I like about the tab insert design, I built this one yesterday, or was it day before you? I built this thing the other day. And when I got through with it, I was able to fly it around the room. I didn't have to wait for the glue to dry or anything. And that's why I kind of like the tab insert models, tab into slot A type stuff. You're able to build the stuff and then immediately start playing with it. Instead, you needed a pressure washer. Yeah, I try to stay away from pressure washers where I work, and any type of big heavy equipment. I know that's not a heavy equipment. Usually they don't let me play with that stuff because I sit in front of the computer all day, and there's something about collateral damage when they start talking about me using other tools. So yeah, I try to stay away from that. But anyway, that is all I basically wanted to do today. And wow, we went for over 45 minutes. I didn't think it was going to be that long. But one day we will get together and we will build the Castle of Heroes / Castle of Lions, the pink Castle of Lions. Oh, and hi, Bill. Brian Dillingham. Nice to see you, Brian. Good to see you. Just wanted to say hi. Hi. Catch the replay. I didn't really do much. This was my test stream to see how this would work and see what would happen. What I'd like for you to do is comment about some of the stuff that you saw in the video, some of the punch-out books I have, some of the things that I've got going on with models and stuff, and just tell me what you want to see. So I'd like to do, there's 3 types of videos I try to do. One is a review video, one is an assembly video, and the other one is the design video. The assembly videos is what I'll be doing with this Castle of Heroes. Review is when I will discuss stuff like this. And design is when I will put out my own design that you'll be able to download and build yourself. So one day I will get these things going, but like I said earlier too, my work has made it very difficult to get things done in a timely fashion. So I'm hoping that doing a live stream with this Castle of Lions, the Voltron Castle of Lions cardboard playset, will be able to work and we will get things going with it. I'd like for people to chime in and say, hey, maybe that part goes there, because I have literally no instructions for that thing. All it has is 2 pictures, well, 4 pictures saying this, and we'll see what happens. But anyway, oh, thanks, Brian Dillingham. Good to see you. You'd love to see all 3. Thanks, man. We'll try to get something going with them, and we will get things going. But anyway, that's all I've got for today. We'll try to do some other live streams later on. I think this went a little better than I thought. I had 6 people. At one time we had 8 people viewing. I think I started rattling too long. I'll try to cut that down, and we'll try to get things underway where we do just what we have, what I have planned. But today was no plan, and I think it went well for a no plan live stream. So anyway, I thank you guys for showing up. I thank you for being here. I will try to do a video, try to put out a couple of videos this next week to make up for the lack of videos last week, or last couple of months. And coming up soon, we will be doing a building of the Castle of Lions, or as they called it, the Castle of Heroes. So thank you very much, and you guys have a great rest of your day. Have a great Christmas. I doubt I get anything done before Christmas. Hope you guys have a wonderful time, and we'll see you put out these videos pretty soon. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.